Breaking news, multiple communities under evacuation orders this morning as a raging wildfire explodes in San Bernardino County. Live team coverage as the line fire expands to more than 17,000 acres.
This is Eyewitness News with live breaking news.
And good morning, I'm Mark Robles. Thanks for joining us.
And I'm Irene Cruz. Overnight, the fire doubled in size as crews deal with this extreme heat. It's now been burning for 4 days and still no containment.
A lot of concern here. A state of emergency has been declared by the governor. Let's go live to Eyewitness News reporter Eric Rios-Hernandez. He's joining us from Highland this morning with more on this developing fire. Eric.
Mark, Irene, we just arrived on scene. We're on Highway 330, which is closed right at Highland Avenue. Immediately, we can see the smoke and the ash around us. So let me move out of the way. We can see that fire up in the mountain. And since we got here, that red glow has tripled in size. We can also feel some wind out here in that blaze. Wow, that's really grown since the last time I saw it. And let me tell you, it's made it over the ridge. Now, this fire is now in its fourth day and showing no signs of letting up. Part of the problem is this extreme heat that we have been dealing with as the fire doubled in size overnight with more than 17,000 acres with 0% containment. Now, new evacuation orders are in place for all of Running Springs, all of Arrow Bear Lake, and parts of Highland as well. Now, east of Orchid Road to Clover Hill, from Highland Avenue north to the foothills. Now, there is an evacuation shelter at Emmanuel Baptist Church on Baseline Street in Highland, and an animal evacuation shelter over at DeVore Animal Shelter in San Bernardino. Now, this is new video from overnight. More than 8,700 structures threatened. Last night, Governor Gavin Newsom declaring a state of emergency to help free up resources to help crews battle this intense firefight. At least 600 firefighters out here trying to get a handle on this blaze. Other fire departments like Orange County are out here assisting with the firefight. Unfortunately, 3 firefighters have been injured so far battling the flames. Now, one of the main challenges with this firefight, the current weather conditions.
Firefighters are out there fighting a very tough battle. They're fighting 100+ degree temperatures, very steep terrain, and some new weather conditions today with thunderstorms that came in. With these thunderstorms, they produce downdrafts, pushing the fire in all directions, and even some dry lightning. And our 2 main concerns are the lightning. They can possibly start new fires, and obviously we have the safety of our firefighters in mind. And second, the downdrafts. They produce winds that come in and push the fire in all directions and are impossible to predict what direction it's going to go in. Our number one concern is the safety of the public. We would like to get them time to get out of harm's way and evacuate in a timely manner. One thing we'd like to also share with them is that if you're in an area that is affected by an evacuation order, please evacuate as soon as possible.
Thousands of people are being forced to evacuate overnight. People were seen scrambling, trying to leave the area, in some cases taking hours to get down the mountain. At least one gas station with a line as drivers were trying to fuel up before they left town. Back out here live again, we can smell, we can see the ash and the smoke. There's a haze over the city. It's very eerie out here, I can tell you that. And again, there's wind blowing out here, so that's definitely not helping with the firefight. Again, the line fire, more than 17,000 acres, 0% containment. We're hoping to get an update later this morning. For now, reporting live in Highland, Eric Rios-Hernandez, ABC7 Eyewitness News.
And it was just a morning ago that we heard from evacuees who, at the time, they were leaving early, kind of seeing that this may happen, and now seeing the line of cars trying to get down the mountain overnight. Quite the scene. Eric, thank you for the update. We'll check back in later this morning. We are staying on top of the evacuation orders and warnings because of this line of fire. Again, this is impacting thousands of people between Highland and Running Springs. We will bring you the latest throughout the day on air on ABC7.com and our free ABC7 Los Angeles app. And Tony, tracking the forecast around this fire, of course, the heat is not helping.
Yeah, there's so many factors, right? When it comes to this, there's the heat. Yesterday was 108 degrees in the Highland area. Today's probably going to be about 104 degrees. But he mentioned the firefighter. He mentioned the thunderstorms that were going through yesterday and the downbursts. When there's that wind coming from the clouds straight down towards the land with excessive speeds, that can just send the air in any direction, like he said, once it hits the ground. And we saw that yesterday, and we could likely see that again today. In fact, today there's a higher chance of thunderstorms happening. This is yesterday, and you can see plenty of areas out in the IE, in our mountain areas, all the way down towards Idlewild and Paris. That was where we saw a lot of lightning. We saw hail coming down and strong winds that come along with that. Let's look at the computer model showing later this afternoon around 1 o'clock, 12